Hi there, Aquarius. Welcome to your end of June 2022 general tarot reading. It's Rena here. I was just thinking, what was your card? Yeah. Uranus. That's what the Fool represents. Pick an additional card. All right. You got some good money cards. My goodness gracious. Great balls of fire. The heart of the matter is the Four of Swords. This is a card of rest, rejuvenation, maybe reflection on your life as it stands right now, where you're headed, where you've been. And sometimes this is because you've been through a very challenging period and you are trying to get back up to speed as you feel very like burnout or something along those lines. But we have here in the past position the Page of Cups, so this can be, and there's like a a little fish, so it can be related to Pisces energy. But sometimes to me, like I was going to say, like a new love relationship, if you have taken a breather from a new relationship for some reason, ask yourself why. Have you felt the other person has wanted to move too quickly and that has, made you question the nature of the relationship? This can be about children. Maybe your partner wants children and you are really having to do some deep thinking about that because you're not quite sure, you're on the fence. Well, obviously, you want to do as much thinking as you can about something that serious. Page of Cups can also be about being naive. And Aquarius sun sign can have Mercury or Venus or Pisces or Pisces in can have Mercury, Venus, and or Mars in Pisces, and that can make you gullible. The moon can be in a sign like Pisces. And that can make you believe people that should not be trusted, even if you're a very intelligent person, like a lot of Aquarians are. You may have really done something foolish because maybe you wanted to believe that person. I think a lot of times with Pisces, it's not so much that they are truly gullible because it's almost like they're lying to themselves, but they're badly lying. That's how I see Pisces, is like deceiving themselves badly, but they really know at the end of the day what the truth is. And they just don't want to admit it to themselves. The higher message is the Fool card, and this is about a new journey, a new path that is totally uncharted territory for you, Aquarius. You're connected to this card through your ruler Uranus. That's what this card represents, which can mean the idea of the person who is doing their own thing. They're like a nonconformist. So what I think about this is that, it's kind of like interesting because Aquarius is a fixed sign, so they tend to be very, they actually tend to have their own habitual behaviors and even like having that kind of rhythm in their life that is of a consistent variety, like not liking life to be just completely surprised and erratic. And so The Fool card can be about embarking on a new path and not needing to have guarantees of how it's going to turn out. And when I have people with personal readings, I haven't had so much of this recently, but I remember having this a certain amount, and I was like, wow, I can't believe people keep doing this, where they ask a bunch of questions. Some people, they just have like a very detailed list. And I think to myself, well, if somebody really believes that life is that much out of their control, there is a problem there, because they're not going to take responsibility for their own actions. They're going to think that they're a victim of fate. So if you ask another person, and I don't even call myself a psychic, but somebody who does, let's say you do consult a psychic, and you ask them, will I do this? Am I going to do that? You're basically giving away all your power to that person's answer. And that might not be even true. It might not be accurate. Rather than do that, if the person said, what can I do? That is just like a very slight alteration of that sentence, and it's totally different. It's totally coming from that place of self-empowerment. But it also requires people to do new things. People who want guarantees, they tend to be, I noticed when I would do readings for them that they tended to be fixed signs. That was the whole point of me bringing that up. Oh, well, here we go. This kind of makes sense. What crosses you is the Magician card. This is the card of the conscious co-creator. So believing that you have this ability to be a co-creator of your reality. The Magician isn't, talking about what is fated to them. They're very active. This card is connected to Aries. And Aries is a cardinal fire sign, so it's very active with that independent force. And that means that when it's in the challenge position, that the person doesn't feel that they can embody this. And that doesn't mean that you won't be able to. It just means that you have to be aware. You have to challenge your beliefs, Aquarius, so that you can move forward in the direction that you really want to go in. And if you look at with the Fool card, if you look at your life as this grand adventure, rather than this obstacle course where it's like, you think to yourself, I'm fumbling in the dark. I don't know, what I'm doing. I don't know what's the right thing to do. And you're fear-based about it, then it is going to manifest in, it's more likely to, let's put it that way, to manifest in an desired way. What's coming in is a great money card, 10 of Pentacles. This is the inheritance card. This is the card of affluence. So, this is also, if this is a love situation, it can mean that you're meeting someone, or you're with someone that you have recently met who has the potential for being this, you can create a dynasty with this person where you're have generations of family members where, you have a very strong unit. So it's not just about you, because number 10 is the last number of a cycle. So it means that you kind of complete this cycle as it pertains to the, if it's dealing with love of the people in your life. And so there's this great sense of cohesion there. And I really mean longevity, actually. The outcome is the 5 of Swords, and so that's why I picked an additional card, because this can be a card of backbiting, gossip, two-faced person, maybe somebody who is talking behind your back. You know, I always think of like coworkers with this card. So if you have been out on leave with the Four of Swords, maybe you've been out on leave for with the Page of Cups, maybe it's what do you call it? Maternal leave, or some, yeah, I would say something like a maternal leave in some cases. Let's just use that as an example. And you know, you with the Four of Swords, it's really about feeling like you're deserving of that, of taking that time for yourself. See, if you have that mindset of like, oh my God, who's doing my job right now? What if they're doing a better job than me? What if I come back and there's no job left for me? If you have those kinds of thoughts, then you're going to squander this paid leave. Your thoughts would have to be on whatever it is. If you're trying to heal from a chronic condition, or if you're on maternal leave, rather than think of fruitless thoughts, the best thing you can do for yourself is to infuse your consciousness with as much positivity as possible. And chances are you would know who would be bad-mouthing you, who is plotting against you, if you will. And I'm not trying to be, paranoid or anything, but just that sense of like, it's not necessarily a hidden enemy. It could be somebody out in the open, somebody that you sense is envious of you or whatever. And so I picked a card of clarification. I got the Six of Pentacles. This is another card that's associated with money, but also inheritance, just like the Ten of Pentacles. So that, the Five of Swords can be even in family matters, where somebody is, maybe they're smiling to your face and then they're saying lies. I was thinking of that song. I think it was like a R&B song, in the late 60s or early 70s, Smiling Faces. They don't tell the truth. That would probably be a good title for this, but I don't want to emphasize the negative necessarily. You may be in a position to help someone else. Make sure that if you are, that you're not throwing pearls to swine, that you're not taking your hard-earned money and giving it to, or even if you didn't earn it, but your money, giving it to somebody that you suspect is kind of against you even. Because, so in other words, if you're giving money to somebody, analyze why you're doing it. Like, what is the end game? Are you just trying to do it out of the goodness of your heart, or are you doing it looking for acceptance from that person? That isn't necessarily the right way to go about it. And you don't necessarily want acceptance from this person, because they might not be somebody who's deserving of it. Maybe they have no intention of being fair to you, and they just want to be, trashing you. So you have to be very aware. And I think that's another thing with the Page of Cups. Who is somebody that is deserving of my assistance at this time? Okay, that's what I have for you, Aquarius. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.